What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another classic review. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. Today's classic review is going to be for one of the most iconic films ever made, one of the best romance films ever made, one of the best films ever made in general, that came out in the 1940s. That is Casablanca. Casablanca came out in 1942. It was directed by Michael Curtis, and it stars Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, and Claude Rains. In this film, we follow the character of Rick Blaine, played by Humphrey Bogart, and he owns this salon in Casablanca, and he owns this nice place everybody comes to, and this takes place during World War II. Of course, the Germans are facing the U.S. and stuff like that, but then something happens. Rick Blaine sees his former love, Ilsa, walk in right into his salon. As he says in the movie, out of all the gin joints in the world, she had to walk right into mine. And so this love story, this love triangle goes on, and we get the amazing, iconic movie Casablanca. So I did see Casablanca before. I saw it in film class in college and was really immersed into the film back then, but I haven't revisited it since. And so I wanted to revisit it, and I had a curiosity to watch this movie again. I just bought it on Blu-ray recently, and I just wanted to review more classic films that came out before the 1980s and 70s. So you don't need to hear it from me, but Casablanca is a classic. Like, this is the definition of a romance classic. Like, everything about the film is flawlessly made, and it's still holds up today, these so many years later, because everything surrounding it, the messages, the script, the performances, just, it's all iconic. Just the camera shots, the black and white filmmaking. You get to see different shots of planes flying over, which is a very iconic vehicle that's used in the movie. And it just really shows the filmmaking back in the 40s, as well as just the whole world of Casablanca. Of course, the performances in this movie are very amazing. Humphrey Bogart as Rick Blaine. He's one of the most iconic movie characters in Hollywood history that more people should be talking about, because as the character of Rick Blaine, he's not a perfect person. The film really dives into his character more and just the darkness his character is experiencing, the former love of his life, Ilsa, and that they fell in love during this World War time era. And it just shows, you know, the character arc for him, just him down in the dumps, as well as just accepting who he's become. And it's kind of like a mortal demon for him. And I thought Humphrey Bogart was amazing as Rick Blaine. And then you also get Ilsa, played by Ingrid Bergman, another very iconic female character. Ilsa, too, just her love for Rick, just their chemistry in the movie. It's definitely one of the best romances in film history. Paul Henreid as Victor Laszlo, another really great character in here. He also has this very interesting storyline with him, being involved with the concentration camps and the police after him. There's just this really investing storyline with him as well as Ilsa and Rick. As Time Goes By is for sure a very iconic song in here that's used throughout the entire film, in dark scenes, in light scenes, and just every scene in particular. Whenever they use this song, it progresses the story forward and gives our characters motivations. And of course, another very iconic line that's used throughout the film, "Here's looking at you, kid," whenever Rick is talking to Ilsa and just saying goodbye or whatever. It's used throughout every act of the movie, and it kind of foreshadows what's going to happen at the end of the film. Now, if you have not seen this movie, what are you doing? It's one of the best films ever made. I'm still going to spoil the ending because it's that great of a film. Just, they set it up to the romance just not going there like you're expecting. And I just thought that was great, you know. It really dives into how problematic the romance is throughout what's going on in the film. War destroys everything. It destroys the world back in this time period. And their love was going on throughout the film. And it just sets it up perfectly to not working out at the end. It doesn't do what you're expecting. And that's what I love. that they didn't end up together at the end. Before I give you guys my final overall thoughts on Casablanca, if this is your first time checking out my channel and you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this classic, hit that like button. It really helps with the algorithm, and consider clicking that subscribe button because I do tons of classic reviews from time to time, do new release movie reviews, Blu-ray videos, ranking videos. I have a podcast called the Fallen for Film Podcast where I dive into the newest trends in movie news and tons of other movie content, and I do this on a weekly basis. In the end, guys, Casablanca, what else do you need to hear from me? This is one of the greatest, most classic films ever made that came out in the 40s. Great performances, great cinematography, and if you're not doing anything right now, why are you still watching me? Stop watching Avengers Endgame for the 7th time. Go watch Casablanca. On my rating scale, Casablanca gets an A+. Here's looking at you, kid. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts on Casablanca. Have you guys seen Casablanca? And what were your thoughts on the film? Do you love it like me? Do you think it's okay, overrated, or do you absolutely hate it? I don't understand why. Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you guys as always for watching this classic review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.